Welcome back to my channel. Today I will tell you all how you can customize a Windows installer and how you can pre-configure the settings of the type of Windows you want. This means configuring Windows settings beforehand, updating Windows features, adding or removing apps, and much more. So without wasting any time, let's head towards the video. Welcome to my channel. Technicio. First, we need to download the original Windows ISO file. So for that, I will open my browser and search for Windows 11, and then open Microsoft's official website. If you also want to shift to Windows 11 but cannot install it due to an unsupported system, you will find a tutorial in the description through which you can install Windows 11 on your unsupported hardware. So from here, I will choose Windows 11 Multi-Edition, choose the language, and download it, but I have already downloaded this latest 25H2 version. Now I will download the software through which I will customize the installer, so I will search for NTLite and open the official website. Here you will see its features. I will go to the download page from here and download it for Windows 10 Plus. I have already downloaded and installed it, and you will also find its link in the description. So now I will open NTLite as an administrator so that it gets full access and I don't face any restrictions. After it opens, its interface will appear in front of you where you will only get the deployed Windows directory, meaning just the one you are currently using. So I will click on the Add option, and from here I will directly choose the image file. That is the ISO, because I have not extracted the ISO. If I had extracted it, I would choose the first option and select the extracted folder. After choosing the ISO, all versions of Windows will appear in front of me, and I will choose Windows 11 Pro from here and select the load option. Then I will get a message that NTLite will automatically extract the ISO into a cache folder and then load Windows 11 Pro. So I will click OK, and it will start loading. This process will take some time. After the image loads, we will get all the options in the side menu through which we can customize the Windows installer. The first option is for updates. Here on the right side, you will see all the updates that are already installed in Windows. But if you don't like any update or if it doesn't run properly on your system, you can remove that update from here. Next, you will get the drivers tab. The situation here is also the same. You can keep the drivers you want to install and delete the rest if you wish, or if you want to add any driver, you can add it here as well. Here you also get a feature called Import Host, meaning you can import all the drivers from the system on which you are using the NTLite software, and all those drivers will then be saved in the image and will also be installed automatically in the next operating system. Next, you will get the Registry tab. If you want to make any changes in the registry or add any new entry, you can do it from here. The next option you will get is for Post Setup, and here you can add any software or file in the before or after login section. This means if you want to install it in the machine, choose before login, or if you want to install it for a user, choose after login. So I will add the software and files I want to add. Apart from files, you can also add a directory, command, or any template. So after adding the files, it's up to you whether you want them to install automatically, meaning they install alongside Windows installation, or not. Or you can just choose to copy them so you can install them yourself later. I will choose the copy option because to run them, you would need to type an entry in the parameter, like a user-based or registry-based entry. It's up to you, but there is a risk in this, because if the file doesn't execute correctly, you can get a blue screen error and Windows won't start. So I will choose copy, and it will automatically be placed in the before login section, and the parameters and directory will also be set. Next, the remove section will begin, where you will first get the Components tab. Clicking on it will bring a warning that if you remove any component other than apps, you should first test the ISO on a virtual machine before deploying it on any system. Or, if you are making changes to an already deployed system, take a backup first. So I will remove the Teams app from apps, and then if we want to remove any other component, we can do so, like from drivers or from the system. Next, we can change scheduled tasks, which I don't want to do. The last section is Configure, where we can first add or remove features. So I will enable the virtualization features that I need, like Hyper-V and related features. Next, I will change settings, and here you will get many settings, like in desktop settings, enabling dark mode for apps and Windows. But upon enabling both, we will get a message that for dark mode to activate, you will either need to restart or sign out once and sign back in. Only then will dark mode be active. And then I will enable desktop icons like this PC and recycle bin, and I will also set the icon size to extra large so we can see if the changes apply after installation or not. Next, you can change services, meaning set them to manual, automatic, or disable, like Windows Update or external storage services, etc. I will leave them as they are, and after that, we will get extra services and unattended settings. But I won't change anything there, and I will reach the apply settings. From here, in the saving mode, I can trim all other additions, but I will only save the changes. However, for the ISO I will create, I will remove all other Windows additions from it. This means I will check the option remove non-essential additions. This will remove all other additions. And I will leave the image format as WIM, so that if I ever need to edit it in the future, can. And lastly, I will check Create ISO. Choose the location, type the name for the ISO, and after all settings are done, I will choose the process option and start the process. A suggestion will appear before the process starts, telling me to turn off my Windows Defender because Windows Defender can cause problems during the process and can also corrupt image files. So, I will turn off my Windows Defender so that the ISO can be created without errors. This will be quite time-consuming. After the process is complete, I will close the software. And now I will create a bootable USB from this customized ISO, so I will open Rufus and connect the USB. The Rufus download link and tutorial video will be in the description. Now, I will choose the ISO, and Rufus will automatically configure all the settings. I just need to set the partition scheme to GPT and start the process. After completion, our bootable USB will be ready, so I will restart the system and boot from the USB and install Windows. If you don't know how to do a custom installation, you will find a tutorial in the description where every step is explained in detail. After the installation is complete, the post-setup settings will appear. I will also configure these, and as soon as the user is created and I log in, you will see the customization, like the extra-large icons, the already enabled icons like this PC and recycle bin. And if I wait a little while, the theme will also convert to dark mode. But for it to apply properly, we need to sign out and sign back in. So after signing in, the dark theme will be applied. Now I will search for Windows features and open it. And here you will see all virtualization features enabled, meaning Hyper 5 and virtualization. And if I now go to System Properties, here you can see that Windows 11 Pro is installed. And the apps I copied are in the C drive, inside the Windows folder, in the Setup folder, which you can see are all copied. Therefore, in this way, you can customize any Windows installer and make it exactly how you want. In the next video, I will tell you all how you can install Chrome OS on your system. So don't miss my next video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Technicio, and hit the bell icon so that you'll never miss an update from our channel. Together, let's end tech tantrums. Thank you.